Hello, my name is Amanda Hayes, and my project proposal is titled Digital Equity and Access, a proposal to help close the opportunity gap in high-need areas. The purpose of my study is to analyze the digital equity and access divide, specifically with Northern Colorado in mind. I chose this topic as I see so many of my elementary school families unaware of the community resources that are available to them, resources such as public libraries and city and county Wi-Fi assistant programs. This study would bring in district officials, devoted community members, businesses, and teachers to see which pathways would be most helpful to families. This study is important because it gives families in poverty a true voice. The study would also allow district and school leaders a way to help their families that might seem low on their pressing list of needs, but in reality is a basis for everything that allows families to stay in the know for their students. My leading research questions for the study are: what resources are available through community businesses? How can public libraries advertise the resources they have available? And what is the school's responsibility to ensure families have digital access? I will admit that this research project is not necessarily as innovative as some of my classmates. However, I do believe the methodology of this mixed methods case study takes into consideration innovative techniques. In this research proposal, it is a community of leaders, schools, and families that take ownership over the data. The researchers would start communicating with families in a variety of ways, purely on the basis of helping families have equal access is a heartfelt way to garner results. In addition, calm and clutter-free advertisements would gain the attention of families to complete the necessary steps to have their opinion heard. My proposal is grounded in a theoretical framework of critical race theory. We know that critical race theory has gotten a lot of bad press in the past few years, but it does allow us to examine social structures through the lens of race. Examining digital equity and access through the framework of critical race theory matches perfectly, as we can hypothesize that most of our families who have a lack of access are families who live in poverty. Many of the literature pieces I read believe that digital access is linked to success in schools. In low-income districts, technology at home may not be used in the home with the educational viewpoint. My favorite phrase that was used in my readings was the phrase sharenting. This is where families, particularly in poverty, share their parenting successes to perceive their family's success. Other pieces of literature provided the knowledge that digital access for families takes away instant access for information and resources. Tasks that many of us take for granted, ordering groceries or takeout, checking hours of operations for an urgent care, or even getting a message that school's canceled for a snow day, are not an option for families that don't have access to technology in their homes. My next steps to move this project forward would be to follow the methodology that I've written in my proposal. This includes contacting multiple administrators at various levels of PK through 12 buildings, district officials, city and county offices, and public libraries. A team of individuals would be needed to translate and allow accessibility to reach as many families and educators as possible. After initial case study is completed, I would love to extend this same model in different districts throughout the state and across the country. I believe it would be beneficial to see how digital equity fluctuates in different areas of the states and what other socioeconomic data aligns with our study. I am hopeful that a mixed methods case study such as this could lead to positive change and equitable knowledge in local communities. My questions for you all are: how do you think your district would roll out a district survey with your community? What effects do you see with your students in regard to the possible lack of digital access in their homes? And what school or community resources are your families at your school using? Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope everything for your semester ends well. Goodbye.